It's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity. Today we are going to be doing my Boxycharm reviews and unboxings, and I did want to say before I get into it, I have the past couple weeks that you've seen out, I think 2-3 weeks, have been pre-film footage, and I actually haven't filmed in like 2 weeks, so it's been a while, and during that time when I wasn't filming, I actually hit and surpassed 5,000 followers, so this is the first opportunity I've been able to come on here and share with you guys and just express my appreciation, my gratitude, and I was just so overwhelmed the day that I did hit 5,000. I was actually collabing with Beaddiction Jen here on YouTube, and then also the same morning, Samantha actually mentioned me in her video, so within like that day, within a couple hours, like a couple hundred came in, and I was so close to 5,000, so it was just like, it was really overwhelming to just hit it and go past it. Samantha's the sweetest. I really enjoyed collaborating with Jen, and I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who are now following and subscribed to my YouTube channel. And to everyone who's new, welcome to my usual filming setup. I've been filming for the last month downstairs because of my husband's schedule. He was on night float, so he was sleeping right next door, and I didn't want to film up here. So yeah, this is where I usually film. This is where I've been filming since the start of my YouTube channel, pretty much. So yeah, let me know what you think. Should I go back downstairs? I kind of like the background downstairs, but the lighting was a little bit trickier, and I hated how the audio sounded. I know a lot of you guys don't mind, but I think if I would continue to film down there, I definitely have to get a mic just for my own sanity, because it's just a pet peeve of mine. But anyway, yeah. Welcome to our usual setup. Thank you guys so much for 5,000 subscribers. I will be having a giveaway coming up very soon. I just need to finish getting some things together and then get time to film. I am so behind on uploading specific videos that I've been wanting to share. So it's probably going to be closer to the middle of the month, but there will be a 5,000 subscriber giveaway coming soon. So anyway, I just want to say that really quick, but let's go ahead and just get back on track and jump into the reviews of the products that were sent in my last Boxycharm box. Okay, so I'm not going to be going in any like particular order, but let's just talk about the Alamar Cosmetics Brush Trio. So I've been testing it out this past month, and I actually grew to really like this trio a lot more than I anticipated. I feel like when I gave that initial first impression in my last video, I kind of was only excited about the blending brush, but actually I've grown to like all of them. This is not my favorite for blending because the sides aren't the most tapered, but this is nice for like a precise blend in my crease, so I don't mind it. This little, I don't think they have, no, they don't have names or anything. This little flat brush is really nice for just packing the shadow on. I used all these in my looks today. I used the flat brush actually to apply my cut crease. And I mean, you might be thinking that's really not good to get a really good line, but I find it pretty darn easy to just get in there and kind of stamp it across, and then when I want to create that really nice curve, I just go and kind of curve with it, and it works really well. I know that's not the ideal purpose for it. That's probably not what it's intended for, but that's how I've been using it, and I've been really enjoying it. And then also, if I'm not using it or like wanting to cut my crease, I also really like it to smudge, or just, it's not really a smudger brush, but it really applies shadow right next to my waterline, really nice and tight, and I do like it for that. So overall, I was really impressed with these. I'm really glad to have them in my collection. Next up is the LORAC Baked Blush-n-Brighten in Tropic Hues. This blush I was a little unsure of. I wasn't too unsure of. Like, I was excited because I hear great things about these blushes, and I don't own one before that, but I was a little hesitant because it has a very shimmer finish to it. Like, not super shimmery, I would say. It's not as shimmery as like, I feel like the Luminoso is more shimmery, though I haven't used it in a while, so don't take my word on it. But it does have a little bit of a shimmer finish to it, so I was kind of nervous how that would look on my face. I'm not someone who really likes a shimmery blush, but with all that said, if I was doing an everyday look and I didn't want to mess with highlighter, I didn't want anything that intense on my face, like today I've got a pretty intense highlighter going. If I wanted just something natural, this served the purpose of a highlight and blush nicely. It wasn't too intense of a color for blush, and it wasn't too intense of a shimmer for highlighter, but it just gave a healthy look to my face, and I have no complaints. Now, this blush is very pricey, so I can't see myself ever purchasing another one, but I am very excited to have it in my collection, and I can definitely see myself reaching for it and really enjoying it on the days when I don't want to mess with highlighter and I don't want too intense of a blush. But yeah, overall, this was a product I just wasn't expecting to love as much as I did, so that really blew me away. That really excited me. Okay, let's talk about the eyeshadow palette that we got. We got the Nightingale from Pretty Vulgar, the very cool tone, I don't think this is, no, it's not supposed to bend all the way back, the very cool tone eyeshadow palette that kind of scared me just because I'm not super into the cool tones, but I gave it a try. I've been wearing it a good bit. I feel like for the last week I've been wearing this almost exclusively. I wanted to like this, and part of me wants to give it a better review than I'm going to because it's not a bad palette. Like, it blends nicely. It creates really nice looks. All the looks that I got, I didn't have to struggle too hard to blend it together and get it, you know, to look nice and seamless. The deepest colors here, like I would say the brown and the black, gave me a little bit of trouble, but nothing bad. They were doable. The reason I am docking this so much is the shade selection. Now, when I would go into this palette to create a look, this was really only like the medium, middle of the road shade, the light shade I can put into my crease. All the other ones were too dark or they weren't matte. So that was just a little odd to have so many eyeshadows in here and only really have one light color to work into the crease, or even just to act as like this. I really just used it, or I would have preferred to use it just as a starter shade just to kind of get color going. But because this was the only option, I had to then pack this on and just really build it up to get the definition that I like in my crease before going in with such an intense dark color. So that is something to note. This color did look like it would kind of suit, but it's pretty darn deep. There's a lot of repetitiveness in this palette, and I guess if you're someone who likes one type of look, this would be a palette to get, because then as you use up a pan, another shade in this same palette will do you for the color you panned. Let me explain that. You have a dark black, and then you have a really dark gray. I used this in a look today where I did the black on the outer edge, and then I brought this and blended it together. And when used on the lid and packed on there, I know they look different, but when you kind of have to sit there and blend it out, I should be showing you guys. This is the black and this is the gray. When I would actually use it on my eyes, they're just, sorry, bony part of my hand again. There just wasn't a whole lot of difference. Yes, it was a little bit lighter, but it's still, the gray is such a deep color. And same story for this brown and then this brown. Here's this brown. They're very intense. Let me try not to do the bony part of my hand. Let me see if you guys can actually see. So yeah, same story with this brown. Like, you would blend this out and then you would try to put that next to each other. They're kind of basically the same, especially when you put an eyeshadow base on it. And typically when I was using this palette, I would put a concealer down so you had a lot of pigment. And whenever I use these darker mattes, I tend to apply them in a more of a packing motion on the outer edge of my eye. And when I did that, these lighter browns had more intensity to them because they had a base. And because of that, there wasn't a whole lot of difference to that. In this look today, I used the black and the gray. And I did the black in the way outer corner, and then I did the gray kind of towards the middle before the shimmer. And I really feel like you can't tell that much of a difference. It kind of just looks like I used the black and then just blended it along the edges, and that's it. So that is my biggest gripe with it. And kind of the same story, these two shimmers, this is super sheer and chunky, and it's got a couple random glitter specks. And then this is really shimmery and more intense. But when you actually use them on your eyes, and I tended to use these as my inner corner highlights, they were pretty much the same. It didn't really matter which one I used. I kind of got the same effect. For having so many pans in this palette, there's just so many that are so close. I feel like they could have taken at least one and done a color between this and this color, you know, or this and this color, you know, just something else to help create more looks, give more help with gradiating your looks and stuff like that. There's just a lot of similarities in this palette. So if you're someone who just wants one or two looks and you want to always, you know, that's all you ever do, I can see this being good. If you got it in your Boxycharm, I do think you can create really pretty looks, and I'll hold on to it because I do enjoy doing some cool tone looks, and this definitely is full of some cool tones. I don't know, I feel like I would be a little less harsh on it if it didn't have so many similar colors, but honestly that's my biggest issue and would make it not worth the purchase, because this isn't a cheap palette. So to spend so much money to get so many shades that are so, you know, interchangeable, like it really didn't matter some days when I did a look if I grabbed the black, or if I grabbed the dark brown, or if I grabbed the lighter brown, the gray. The outer corner of my eye look still was smoked out to pretty much the same intensity. It was either just a little more black or a little more brown. Definitely not my favorite palette, but it blends decently and you can create some really pretty cool tone looks. So next up, let's talk about this lipstick. This is the LORAC Pro Liquid Lipstick, and I got the shade Deep Burgundy. This shade is beautiful, very intense, really pretty for fall. I had remembered myself liking these more than I actually did, because when I've been testing it out this past month, I haven't liked it as much as I thought I remembered. So actually this morning I was like, you know what, before I film this, let me go read my review, because I did a review on these a couple of years ago, and I read it and I actually have the same thoughts now as I did then, and I just, for some reason, I just misremembered what I said. But you can go down there and read that review. I'm going to link it down, because every point that I made is totally applicable to why these are just okay in my book. And I definitely, especially now, you know, back then I feel like there weren't as many liquid lipsticks as there are today. I didn't have a whole lot to compare it to, but now that I have, it's just, I can't recommend it, because for one, when you put it on, it looks really nice and it wears fairly decently, but as soon as you start letting any kind of liquid or, you know, food mix with it, it wears away almost instantly. And with having such darker color, you don't want that to happen. And even now as I've been talking, I can see the lines starting to form, and just, you can tell the wear line. It's not just the line where the liquid stops, it's a wear down line. You can just see where, you know, since I've been talking, the moisture is moving around because I'm talking, is starting to wear away there. So I really don't like that about it. And especially considering, you know, how many great lipsticks there are that I can talk and not have to worry about it removing. I don't recommend it now. And add to that, I forgot, it's a little bit patchy. I actually put some concealer on my lips before applying it, and it was a lot better, but still, it's just the tiniest, it's a little bit patchy for, you know, and that's kind of to be expected for a dark color, because it's just such a deep color, putting it on such light lips. Overall, there's a lot better liquid lipsticks out there. And then last up, let's talk about the Butter London Stroke of Wow. This is a roll-on precision eyeliner. This is the pizza cutter eyeliner. I think MAC was the one who first did this, or I don't know if they invented it or they just the first person I noticed, but Butter London just did it recently and it was included in Boxycharm. So here's the thing. Now, when I actually unboxed this, I said, I bet this is really good if you do it on someone as opposed to doing it on yourself. And actually I had a friend come over. I am going to be doing her makeup for her wedding, so we had a trial run this morning. I used this on her, and it actually does make it so much easier to get that precise wing out and then be able to bring it back. Because you're able to do it to someone, you can kind of turn the pizza roller cutter thing, you can kind of turn it and angle it before you start moving it to make sure it's going in a good direction. But when you're doing that on yourself, it's really hard to like get up close to a mirror and be able to see exactly where you're laying it, be able to see where it's going, because usually, and especially when you do it to yourself, you're used to just kind of laying it down and then dragging it across. You can't drag this across your lid. You have to make sure that the angle you put the pizza roller on is the angle you want it to go, because as soon as you move it, it's going straight. So if you have it up in, you know, if you have it to a line and you want it to go straight, I don't know why I'm showing you on my thumb, but you know, it was at a line, I tried to move it straight, but it went in its straight. So it depended really on the angle that you put this little pizza cutter on, whether it performs well. So doing that to yourself, I find very difficult. I still like this though, because what I found that this is beautiful for is doing the line out for my wing. So I will use this and get it at the angle, making sure to pay attention to where this is, you know, rotating it and laying it down on my skin at the right angle, going up from my, you know, the corner of my eye, and I'll just roll it out a little bit, take it off, and it gives me the most precise line, the most precise angle, exactly where I want to go. It's so easy. And it's also, I feel like, improving the direction of my two wing liners, because a lot of times I feel like I can be going this way with this eyeliner and then like this way with this eyeliner. It can be a hot mess. So because of that, I can kind of look and see where this one is going, and then I just, depending on, okay, I need to bring this up, need to bring this down, I can rotate the pizza cutter, put it down, and then just doop, and it'll go in the direction it's supposed to go, and it is so straight. And I love a straight eyeliner. It is so straight. I'm kind of really loving it for that. Now with that said, that is the only thing I use this for. So I'll pull this out, shake it up, I will do the line, and then I put it away, grab another eyeliner to then go and bring it back to my eye to do the line, to fill it in. I use another eyeliner entirely because it's just too much work with such a tiny little pizza cutter. So I really don't know what to tell you. I wouldn't say to go buy this full price, because that seems like a waste, but if you're someone who really wants to get better at getting those precise lines, you like a really, really harsh, like straight line for the bottom of your wing, maybe this would be worth it on sale, or maybe you could ask for it as a gift for birthday, Christmas, something like that. But yeah, I don't know if I'd ever repurchase. You'll have to stick around and see when I use this up and put it at empties if I have decided if I am going to repurchase it or not. I feel like if this went on sale, I would totally snatch it up because it's just such a nice, I know it's an extra step, it's another liner to add to my makeup routine, but I love the results that I get from it. So I feel like I probably would pick up another one if I could get it on a really good sale. Yeah, those are my thoughts on that, and it just really surprised me how much I actually kind of like this. Alright, so that is it for the September box, and now we're going to get into the October box, and this box was interesting. Let's get into it. I don't even know how to begin, but let's just get into it. The theme for this month is alter ego, and these are all the products that I'm supposed to get, and counting them, I'm supposed to get 5 products in my box. But I've turned this box inside and out, and I've only got 3. So I think what happened is they put the products in my box that everybody gets, and then somehow when they went to put the variations, my box just got skipped over, and I get no variation. I get no other products. I apologize if you can hear the ice cream truck. He's going to be coming by. He goes so slow though. It would probably take 10 minutes before you guys would stop hearing him, and I just don't have the time to sit here for 10 minutes, so I'm so sorry. We're just going to keep going. Hi, Mr. Ice Cream Truck. So yeah, I am missing 3 products. I am missing the AHAVA Mineral Hand Cream, which I'm not a big hand cream person, so that didn't really hurt me any. That retailed, or the retail value was $10. And then I also am missing the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Strengthen Moisture Leave-In Mask, which I'm kind of really bummed about because I'm actually in the market. I really want to get a good leave-in conditioner. I just don't have one, and I've been wanting to find a good one, so it would have been really awesome to get that in my box and try it out. But yeah, I'm missing that one. That one retailed for $16. So those are the 2 I'm missing. Those are the 2 I'm not going to be able to review, but let's just get into the products that I was sent. Alright, so first up, I got the Superhero Elastic Stretch Volumizing Mascara. This comes in the really awesome tube. I was kind of wishing that they sent the liner because I am so in love with their liner, but the mascara is nice too. I do not use this mascara as like just a one and done mascara. I have to go in with a very separating and lengthening mascara before I go into this, because this can really clump my lashes together if I go in it with by myself. But yeah, I got that in my box. I'm not going to be opening this though because I have so many mascaras open right now. I don't need it, but it is a nice mascara, and I'm excited to be able to put this in my backup drawer. And for anyone who hasn't tried this, that's awesome that you get a full-size mascara. Next up, I got the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade, Bow and Arrow. Do I have that shade? I'm not exactly sure. I'm not going to open this. I feel like I might have a mini of it. Or I think it's just been on my to-get list for a long time, but Bow and Arrow. I actually just mentioned this in my monthly makeup review. You're going to see it later this week. I filmed it yesterday. But you're going to see this, and I'm really excited because I really do like this formula, but I'm not going to spoil it for that. Stay tuned for my monthly makeup review, and then I'll also try this specific color, and I'll review it in my next Boxycharm review and unboxing. But I am excited because, spoiler alert, I like her formula. Alright, and then last up for me at least is the PUR, and I think this is a collab, if I remember correctly, with Boxycharm. It's the Midnight Masquerade Face Palette. Okay, so interesting enough, I thought I read that this was a collab with Boxycharm, but on the palette I don't see Boxycharm anywhere, and I feel like their last collab, they had it all over, you know, on the front cover and stuff like that. I don't know what that's about, but it is a eye and cheek palette, and here is what it looks like. You have 6 eyeshadows, only 1 is matte, the rest are shimmer. I like that green shade. And then you have 3 blushes and 1 highlighter, and they all look like they have some amount of shimmer to them. But yeah, this is the palette. I am kind of scared because the last PUR palette, and especially PUR Boxycharm, that palette, it was not a favorite of mine, so I'm kind of scared. Really kind of bummed that there's only 1 matte, but we're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a try. I hear little man waking up, so we better hurry up. But yeah, I am kind of excited to try this out. I don't have high expectations because of my previous experience with PUR and Boxycharm's collab palettes, but we are going to give it a good try. But yeah, that is the final product that I got, at least in my box, for this October box. Alright, so there you have it. Those are all the products I got in my box. That was a little weird to open and see that I had 2 missing. If I was an actual customer, I would totally just contact Boxycharm's customer service, and I'm sure they would send me out the replacements. But since they're a PR product, I don't want to ask, and I don't think it's that big a deal. It was just a little spoof, a little mess up. We're all human. It's okay. But yeah, that's kind of funny. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my reviews from everything in my last month's box, and then also seeing the 3 products that I got in this month's box. I'm really excited. You guys always know I love trying out new products, so every month that I get these, I'm always excited to see what new products I'm going to be testing out and sharing with you guys in my next Boxycharm review and unboxing video. So yeah, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.